Hey, 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 what's going on, peeps? Uh, got a little story today. I was going to do a couple things. I don't know, some police stories, some safety tips on what to do when you get pulled over by the police, you know, and maybe a story about me being banned from a town before. Now, I am proud of it because, you know, people are stupid, okay? Back in 91 or 90. I think it was 90, 91, something like that. There's a little recession going on. So I was in the Carpenters Union in New York, and there was no work. So I had to get a job with the cable company. So I got a job with the cable company, and I just broke up with a girl I was with for 4 years. You know, just you're just a little odd in the head. Well, I was always odd in the head, but anyway. So you know, I'm just taking it cool, living one day at a time. I quit drinking, probably like 8 months or a year already. And I finished my route and I come in and the manager goes, dude, you gotta do me a favor. Can you please do this house? This guy is pissed off. Someone was supposed to be there at 2 o'clock. Now it's Friday night and it's like 6 o'clock. I don't really have any crazy plans for the night. I just do what I do. So I'm like, yeah, I'll do it, no problem. So I drive there, I get there, it's 7 o'clock at night, or it's probably like 6 o'clock or something like that. Jeepers creepers, where'd you get those sleepers? So anyway, I knock on the door, and the guy opens the door, and he goes, about fucking time. And I said, let me tell you something, sir. You weren't on my route. I'm doing this as a favor. Yeah, whatever. So I'm like, all right. I tried to tell him. I got a three-time rule in life, always have. So anyway, I go in there. He's got a splitter. He's got two TVs, three TVs, and it didn't matter. I don't think anyone cared, even the company. So I set everything up, and here's a brand new remote that came out a week before that. And I says, yeah, here's the pamphlet that comes with it. He goes, no, show me how it works. I go, I don't know how it works. It just came out. And we're told to tell you how it works. No, no, no. You're going to tell me how it works. I go, bro, listen. Don't talk like that to me. This is your house, but don't talk like that to me. Blah, blah, blah. You're a blah, blah, blah. Oh, I am. I says, go your mother. Boom. And I threw the free. Well, I shouldn't say that. I think I just said, go F yourself, is what I told him. I says, so I walk, and I'm taking the splitter with me like it's a big deal. So I go out, and I'm driving a Toyota Celica at the time, a blue one. And they were kind of nice cars anyway, even though that thing was Jinx, that or me. So I get in my car, and this dude comes running out, you motherfucker! Boom! I was so scared that my car ended up on the sidewalk and he ended up in the bushes. You know, and that's I wrote down 3 pages of what happened, to be honest with you. Okay, so as I'm driving away, and like I said, I had stress on me, like you go boxing, hitting the bag or something. And this guy, by the way, he was an older guy in very good shape. And I'm wondering, he's probably got 2 kids that are in better shape than me. And I wasn't in too bad a shape back then, 21 or whatever. So, and I don't care. So, and then as I'm driving past him slowly, his wife goes, you're a very nasty man. And I just went, cunt. you know Sorry, you might. I'm probably wrong for saying that, but I know I was, because that's the only part I left out of the story when I wrote my report. So anyway, I go home. I felt like a burden was lifted off of me. I just felt good after that. I didn't have to hit anybody or nothing like that. And I'm not saying that's the right thing to do. It's just, I was stressed in life, and I make it sound like I go around doing that now, but I didn't. So anyway, next morning I go in, or Saturday. Was it Saturday or Monday? I forget. But anyway, I go to work. They go, we got to find out who did this house at 98. Beep, beep. I said, oh, that's the house I did. That guy was a complete asshole. And he's like, "Oh, bro, you're gonna get fired." He goes, "This guy knows the man." I says, "Yeah, okay." He goes, "Do me a favor." He goes, "I shouldn't have said it. Just write up what happened, please. Just your side of the story." So I wrote up everything that happened because and I told this guy 3 times, "Sir, if you got a problem, go yell at the cable company. Don't talk like that to me. You know, plain and simple. Your house, I respect, but no, you're not going to disrespect me and yell at me like I'm some kind of buffoon or something like that, which maybe I am. But so anyway, so I write up 3 pages, hand them to the owner of TCI Cable, and I told him, I said, a cop's not talking like that to me. You're not talking like nobody's talking like that to me, you know? And he kind of liked that, you know, even though he fired me eventually. So the next day or Monday or whatever, I come in and I'm 2 minutes late on schedule, and the guy goes, he's surrounded by like 6 dudes, 10 dudes, and he's got a fax in his hand. He goes, "Yo," he goes, "I want to congratulate you. I've never had an employee kicked out of an entire town before." And he shakes my hand, and it said, "My name is not allowed to drive through or work in the town of Tuckahoe, New York." He goes, "And we want everyone's name of the employee that's working in our town, like to bust his horns." And it was signed by the mayor of Tuckahoe. I don't have the paper anymore, but I used to think I should frame it. My dad was like, "That's not right. He didn't give you a trial. He has a power to get kicked out of a town for what?" And I told my dad everything. You know, I'm scared, and I ended up on the curb somehow, you know. So my dad didn't say anything about that, and I didn't say the C word, you know. I just said, you know, I drove off after that. So, like I said, after that, I was kicked out of the town and not allowed to drive through there, which I have family that lives there. I go there all the time, but I used to anyway back then. I still do, but yeah, whatever. Shut up. So anyway, then a couple months later, I had another problem, and they actually fired me after that. They go, "Bro, you're kicked out of Scarsdale. You're kicked out of Tuckahoe. There's no more towns you can work in. We got to let you go." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm cool. I'm all right." And miraculously, I was just in time for unemployment. And that's what, you know, that's a safety net when you're in the carpenters union and there's no, you know. And so that's pretty much what happened in 92-ish, 90, something like that, you know. Oh yeah, it was 1990. But stay out of the town of Tuckahoe. Yo, sorry. Yo, if you want to subscribe. I got some cool stories coming up, real life stories with cops, and some safety videos on what you should talk about your kids when they get a driver's license on the road, because there's some tyrannical stuff going on in this world, people. Love you. Be well. Subscribe. Hit the like button. Take care.